role of play in our great game. On behalf of the Cricket Saints and the Burnie Football Club and football fans across Australia, we thank our umpires for the contribution to the great game of football. Please make sure that you acknowledge the umpires and players as they play a valuable role so we can enjoy watching them play each weekend. Congratulations and good luck on the process. While you're enjoying the footy, don't forget we have our canteen open, great options there. Also got our main bar in the club room and our can bar open. Also got
I'll probably go half time.
Now we have some can bar, so if you want to take a go and see that. Major raffle for the Cricket Saints for the $7,000 worth of buggy there outside the club room. The Pioneer 1,000 all set, ready to go, right away. $47,000 a raffle. $50 a ticket is royal from you. It is the cheapest buggy in the world.
Nah, sure. He was just checking the stream on YouTube. Sounds good, so it's the main thing.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the round 7 fixture of the NWFL Senior Men's Competition. From the Smithton Recreation Ground, where we see the Circular Head Saints currently situated in 7th position on the ladder with 1 win and 5 losses to their name after 6 rounds. Up against the 3rd place Burnie Dockers, who are 4-2. And kicking to the right of screen will be the Burnie Dockers, who won the toss. Left of screen of the Circular Head Saints. And from the ball up, where the ball hasn't gone anywhere. Just forward of the centre. Elphingston wins it down. One change to the Burnie Dockers. In comes Mason Elphingston. Out is Taj Hope. Elphingston wins the tap again. Getting his boot to ball. That was Miles. Circular Head. Still in the middle. French over the top of it. He's going to receive the free kick. Giving that away was Gardner. So Emic French kicks the ball towards centre half forward. Agog using his body. Picking it up with Smith across his body. Oh, has a great bounce. It comes back, but only through for 1 behind. So that's the first score of the game. To the captain of the Burnie Dockers, Dylan Smith. Crafty footballer, whether it be in the midfield or up forward, even across half back. That's a good mark. Taken by Hayward. Gives it to Davies. Davies' kick. Last year's Devil Bulldog medalist, Harry Ulmer. Elphinston's taken across half back. They feed it by a chain of handballs. Comes back out wide. Patterson. Elphingston. You can see a teammate there. That was Murray. Getting his fist in though, knocking the ball forward was Tuxworth. Now it's cross inside the forward 50. They're working hard at the Saints at the moment. They're taking right up. Harrison. His kick, not to the advantage of Brown. Applies the tackle though. He's wearing the face mask today. He's got a broken schnoz. He's the young man. He's a key big man too for the Circular Head Saints. Been out for about 3 weeks. Came back and played for the Devils in the under-18 competition last weekend. They get the win at Ballarat. The ball goes over across the boundary line as Brown contests that with Elphingston. We'll go to boundary line throwing. Deep inside at the forward 50 for the Circular Head Saints. It's 1 behind. Managed to the Burnie Dockers, and we have played 2 minutes into the first term. Burnie release only as far as Davies. Kenny might have the job on him. Standing the mark at the moment. Short kick. Doesn't hit Elliott. Elliott's good enough though to get the football back to his teammate. He was taken high in the tackle by Kenny. Playing for a free kick, that was Luke Russell. So definitely within distance is Luke Russell, former Burnie Docker, former Gold Coast Suns AFL footballer, also a former coach at Penguin as well as player. Goes wide from outside 50. Got some good purchase on it. Elphingston's there on the last line of defence. Able to knock it through. No, they're going to release Patterson by hand. That was out to French. Then French to Murray. Murray across to half back. Ball hasn't gone anywhere. Currently it's in the hands of Patterson, and then Harrison, who gets up last for the Circular Head Saints. Ball up. forward. Sheehan's got the job on Bailey Bogue, who's just taken the free kick, applying the tackle on Lucas Ludd. So Elphinston, Bogue, Cale, Ryan, centre wing position, in front of Harrison, left footer. Gog, good mark, out positioned. Wasn't the best of kicks, but that was Wes Devonport. That's a good kick. Good lead. Brown, son of a gun, goes wide, finds his teammate in Glancy. Glancy, inside forward 50. Saints are doing this well. Freeman. Over to Hayward. Hayward steps. And the kick taken by Murray. Murray, Elphinston. Being prominent early. On it deep. In defence as well as around the grounds. To Murray. Murray towards French. And getting his fist there is the Darryl Baldock medalist from 2025. The coach, William Davies of the Circular Head Saints. And behind to the Dockers. Saints yet to score. Bogue up against Tuxworth. Good tackle applied by Bogue, hasn't gone anywhere. Centre wing position right in front of us here at the Smithton Recreation Ground. Elphinston out to Bogue, too easy. Gets his kick. Davies applies the pressure. Bogue's kick wasn't to the advantage of his teammate. French, Emig gets his right boot to it, steps. Oh, that's a good work and position by Dylan Smith at the back, using his body, his guile, and his class. And he gets the first one on the board for the Burnie Dockers. So 1 goal, 1 to Dylan Smith, and 1 goal, 1 to the Burnie Dockers after 6 minutes into the first term, and it's the Dockers that lead the Circular Head Saints yet to score. 1 goal, 1. 7 points. 6 minutes in. Good ball use, body use there by Dylan Smith, having his forwards come up the ground and using the space behind him. Elphinston, class, down to Bogue. Bogue back to Elphinston. The kick inside's not great. They have a shot on goal. Wesley Redmond, good front and centre. And that's the second within 30 seconds. So Wesley Redmond, front and centre, part of the Tasmanian under-18s contingent from the northwest. And that was way too easy out of the middle. Good front and centre. Good contest by the forwards. To Bomford and company up front and making sure that he was front and centre, chipping around like a hungry, peckish bird, or dingo, or hyena, or young Wesley Redmond. Elwood not in possession. Bogue wastes no time, goes way forward. Looking for O'Halloran. Not there. They release to the Saints. Only as far as Dill Smith. He could kick this. He has a shot on goal. Unable to take the mark. Deep into... Having a shot there was Wes Redmond. Goes across the face, and that's one behind. Might have been Tyson Jenkins down there. So 1-1 to Wes Redmond. 1-1 to Dill Smith. And it's 2-2. Burnie Dockers at the 8-minute mark yet to score. Circular Head Saints. Harrison takes the kick in. One of the recruits this year to Tuxworth. Elliott. Elliott takes ground and grass with his kick. Davies is up to it. Over to Hamill. Riley, Harrison. They've created some run. He was looking for Brown. Doesn't hit him. Ball goes out of bounds, and we're going to have a boundary throw. And they're lucky to get away with that, I think, the Circular Saints. Will Kinninan has the job on Mason Brown. Riley wins the tap this time. Follows back up. Gets his boot to it. Head over the football with Sheehan. Inside forward 50. Good bump applied there by Brown. Harrison. No, in fact, that was Arnold. Kick then was smothered. Burnie. Patterson. By hand. Dwyer back to Patterson. Run down and a tackle. Super tackle. Faithful here are pretty happy about it. That's Lardner. Kicks, top of the goal square. Poor kick to Freeman. So chipping in was Finn McInnes. Kicks the ball wide. Riley. Oh, is that a mark? Not a bad effort. Over the top of Dwyer. They feed the ball back. Over to Davies. His kick inside forward 50. Finds Arnold. Arnold's kick to Freeman. Too high. Over the top. Good defence there by O'Halloran. And that may be Jacques. That's down back. Or is it Lamb? I can't quite see. We'll find out shortly. Bogue from Elphingston. Follows it back up. Has a bounce. That's how much time. Look at him go. Works with French. Really can play VFL footies, no doubt about it, except he turns the footy over to Hamill. Hamill's kick, though, just gave it straight back to Burnie. Not to the hands of the person you want, that's Dill Smith. Hamill gets it back, feeds it to a Gog. They come wide through Mohammed. Tuxworth, unable to take the mark. Contest, gets it back. Gives it to Luke Russell. Bumped off the football there by Jed Pennington. Apparently he's given away the free kick, so it's downfield. Hayward's kick chipped off by Dill Smith. He's asking players to come towards him. Goes wide. Elphingston stands up in the tackle, feeds it back to Pennington, gives it to French. French has got the opportunity to go an open goal. Kicks the top of the goal square and it hits the behind post. And we will have a boundary thrown in front of Wyatt Kenny. 14 plays yet to score. Advantage to the Burnie Dockers, 11 minutes into the first term. Round 7 fixture here from Circular Head, Smithton Recreation Ground. Riley loses it. It comes down to Davies. Davies to Sheehan. Over to Hamill. Called Aaron Hamill. Sammy. We might start calling Jacob Sammy. Mason Brown doing his best. And he does receive the free kick. He's a big boy for an 18-year-old. He's the son of a gun. In fact, free kick's going the opposite direction. That was interesting. So Ryan Cale gets the free kick. Into the Sandman. The assistant coach. Mark not quite taken by Elphingston. Spins one way, gives it to Kenny. Kenny across his left boot. Smothered. Elliott. And a Gog fight for the football. They give it to Russell. Via Elliott. Goes long. O'Halloran. Freeman. Good bump by Freeman on Smith. Turns one way. Kicks the other. And they get it out to Lardner. Lardner inside forward 50. End over round. It goes past Hammond. Back there was Patterson. Applying a good tackle. That was McInnes. Another good tackle in centre. That goes to Lardner. Lardner wastes no time. Kicks the ball inside. O'Halloran's there. Handballs it to Murray. Murray to Mason Elphingston. Looks like a deer in headlights. There's Mason. Out to French. He's been prominent. French's kick. That's only to the advantage of a Gog on Bomford. Asked to knock it out. Pennington applied the tackle. Bomford over the top of the football. There's Jenkins. Great tackle there by a Gog. They're going to release through Sheehan. Davies. Now it comes down to Perry. Perry by hand. Russell kicks a bit up and under. Not to the advantage. Oh, should have taken the mark. It was Kinninan. Went straight through his mitts. Murray mops up. He wraps up Smithton's player. I think that's Glancy in a tackle. Across half back. Half forward for the Saints. We'll have a ball up 14 minutes in, 2-2-14, the Dockers. They're kicking with about a 3-goal advantage, I think, to the right of screen against Circular Head Saints. Kaylin House and Soup Bones. Scotty Blizzard, and part of the coaching fraternity on the interchange. The Brains Trust for the Circular Head Saints. Ball's been transitioned to McInnes. McInnes comes wide. Jenkins unable to take the mark up against Davies. Beats Davies. Knocks it to the advantage of his teammate. That's Zeke Pennington. Over to Logan Elphingston. Elphingston's kick into the pocket, unable to take the mark. I think that was a diving Ryan Cahill with the Sudanese centre half back for the Circular Head Saints, Bigger Gog. 2-2-14 plays yet to score. Advantage to the Burnie Dockers. Good crowd here at Smithton. Starting to build. Clouds are starting to part. Sun's coming out. Elphingston versus Riley. Elphingston wins. More agile. Feeds the ball back. Gives to Brian. He's the son of a gun too from this region. Is that not a free kick? According to the umpire, it's not. I would have thought that might have been a free kick against French. Mason Elphingston. Riley. No one clearly gets the tap. Tuxworth knocks it out. Oh, Davies. I thought he'd been running into his head. Is that not a free kick? He's asking the question. The umpire says, no, I'll have it. Umpires are also mic'd up down here at Smithton today. Mason Elphingston wins it. Oh, applies a good shepherd. They release the football back out to French. So that was Ganinin to Emig. Kick inside. Unable to take the mark. Burnie comes out to Cahill. Smothered by a Gog. Bogue. They're going to release the Saints. Oh, no. Good intercept by Cahill. On the coach and Davies. Jenkins across his body. He's out of bounds on the full because he was under a lot of pressure from the Circular Head Saints. Riley just getting across to his teammate to acknowledge that. So a big job today, Tyson Jenkins running with the coach and Troy Davies. Ball's been brought out the other side by Circular Head. They're now centre wing position. But it's gone out of bounds on the full. So the free kick will be taken. Jacob Dwyer. Dwyer inboard. Looking for Brian. Feeds it back. Patterson. Over the head of Pennington. They're going to get out of this Circular Head now with Russell. Russell to Freeman. At least that one was out in front of the big fella. Sheehan wrapped up in a tackle. Did he have prior opportunity? No, says the umpire. Good work there by Jalen Bryant. His dad. There's his dad over the far side. Scott Dogs Bryant. Former Smithton superstar was Scotty Bryan. O'Halloran feeds the ball back to his teammate McInnes. McInnes is going to receive the free kick. Centre of the ground. That's short. Too short. Play on, says the umpire. Hasn't hit a target. They're going to release. It's out in the hands of Harrison. Received it from Arnold. He keeps running. Harrison gives it to Mason. Mason has a shot on goal. The big fella. Brown misses. So Mason Brown gets the first score of the game for the Circular Head Saints. He's going to bring the ball back in. Oh, that's a poor kick. They're going to give it up. Murray gets back. Poor kick there was done by Zeke Pennington. He gets the ball back. Again, it's a poor kick. Runs in the hands of Elliott. He gives it straight away to his teammate. That went across to Branston. Branston's handball wasn't to the advantage, so there's contested ball. Cross half back. McInnes has given away the free kick he has against Luke Russell. So Luke Russell's now going to have the opportunity to have a shot on goal. Former Gold Coast gives it player. Gives it to the coach. And Liam Davies. Not a bad kick. Oh, up was Mason Brown. Unable to take the mark. Good to see him as a key up front. There's Glancy across the body, front and centre. Brown gets his boot to ball and hands on the goals line, and it's a rush behind this time. So, 2 behinds, plays 2-2, 14, so it's 2 goals of difference. Advantage to the Burnie Dockers. We are almost 20 minutes in to the first term. And a good mark has been taken there, across centre wing position by Bray Gardner. That's a poor kick, it just turns the footy, that's straight over. So French, Emig, straight into the middle. You don't want it in the hands of this gentleman. That's Dill Smith, the captain. Goes long and deep and finds Wes Devonport. Playing centre half forward. One of the keys. As we pan across front of the wet area. Perry's Quality Meats. And Devonport, Wes Devonport, number 18, the Burnie Dockers, for now the opportunity to kick their third. The 20-minute mark of the first term. Gets the all clear. So Wes Devonport has got his first of the game. Playing centre half forward for the Burnie Dockers today. Down here at Circular Head. 3 goal scorers so far for the Burnie Dockers. They moved to 20, 3-2-20. 3 goals in front of Circular Head Saints, who have 2 behinds at the 21-minute mark of term number 1. Ball back in the centre of the ground. Elliott gets his hands. Comes out to Brian. He loses the football. Glancy gets it up towards half forward. They then release to Burnie by Rattray. Over to Ginninan. Ginninan now to French. Eli's kick towards centre half forward. A gog there for the Saints. Unable to take a clean mark. Where's Redmond? Front and centre, throws on his boot, goes straight up and down. Devonport from the pack, across the body! Doesn't quite bring it round enough, and it's 1 behind. He's not happy with himself. That was strong by the centre half forward. They call him the bomber for nothing. Saints now in the hands of Hammond. Received that from Muhammad. Kick, long, good mark. Elliott in front of Ginninan. Feeds it out in front of Branston. They're full of run, the Saints. It's just not clean with the football. Taking them on was Pennington. Was that incorrect disposal? No, says the umpire. Pushing off the opponent was Lardner. Kicks inside. Teammate goes up and under Glancy. Mason Brown provides the contest. And wrapping up the tack. The Burnie player on a tackle was Elliott. That was on French. Emig. And we're going to get a ball up. They're asking for another football. Seems a bit flat, that one, according to Elliott. Matty Elliott. So the ball up will be inside the forward 50 for Circular Head Saints. Sunshine here from the Smithton Recreation Ground. Round 7. 3rd place versus 7th. Lardner inside forward 50. Mark taken by Glancy. I like this young lad. The cut of his jib. He's been prominent. Plays on. They lose. It's going back. Geez, they're fortunate. I'm not really sure what happened there. Orange Trust, House, Blizzard on the boundary line. with Jono Freeman, talking with Kalen House. Clancy goes short, looking for leading Elliott. Elliott gives it back. His teammate kicks it up and under. Hammond at the front. Is he taking the mark? No, it's come to ground. Branston, last person up. And we'll have another ball up inside the forward 50. 24-minute mark, 21-3-3 plays 2 behinds. So it's 19 points the margin. Favour of the Burnie Dockers. They're kicking to the right of screen. Bogues. Handball goes to Elphinston. Is wrapped up in a tackle by Mason Brown. Have a look at the size of Mason Brown up against... He's 18 years of age. He's as big as Logan Elphinston. I'd say he's got similar mobility. John McCulloch out there. Umpires president. Smith handballs it over to McInnes, gets it back, then to Pennington. By hand to Jenkins. Throws it on the boot. He's under pressure from Glancy. Free kick. He's going to go to O'Halloran. That's Liam up front. Shark playing down back. He feeds it by hand to a running Dill Smith. Runs into trouble. Oh, geez, he's skilled. Gets it off the side of his boot. In from mid-air. Redmond applying a tackle on Mohammed. They dive on top of the football. It's going nowhere, and we're going to get a ball up. Oh, no, it's a free kick. The umpire says, who from? It's going to Bailey Bogue. Players are a bit confused about what's going on. So Bogue will have the opportunity to score the 4th goal here at the 25-minute mark of the first term for the Burnie Dockers. In the round 7 clash from Smithton between the Circular Head Saints, who are hosting the Burnie Dockers. Looking to get himself back into the Tasmanian Devils side, as we can see Ryan Cale coming off. Interchanging there with one of the Pennington boys. Bogue, very deliberate in his approach. He draws the kick, and it's one behind. Quick to release the football. They move to 3-4. Burnie get in and kicks the ball back inside. Forward 50 for the Dockers, but a Gog. Last line of defence takes a good mark, going back with the flight of the football. He's got that right shoulder strapped up, the big fella, inside the NWFL representative side. I'd encourage Gary Carpenter and the selectors to look at Mason Brown. The effort that he's giving at the moment, good mark back, taken by Will Gunninan. And there's the siren at the 26-minute mark of the first term. And it is Burnie, 3-4-22. Leading Circular Head 2 behinds. Mind you, in saying that, the Burnie Dockers have been kicking with about a 3-goal breeze. So margin, one would think, would be on par with what we would expect in the second term, with the Saints kicking with the aid of a 3-goal breeze. Goal kickers for the Burnie Dockers in term number 1. And it's all single goal kickers. First one went to Dylan Smith, then the second to Wesley Redmond, the third went to Wes Devonport, all providing a spark for the Burnie Dockers up front. No goal scorers for the Smithton or the Circular Head Saints. Better players for the Saints though. Liam Davies across half back and in the midfield. At times we saw Mason Brown in particular up front provide a target. Lucas Lardner has been prominent early throughout the course of the match. At times there was run there by Ben Harrison, along with Solomon Tuxworth, who's been absolutely terrific with his gut running. Matt Elliott showing some class throughout the course of the term. Lukey Russell, one of the recruits. Down back, the bigger Gog and Sammy Hamill, along with Josh Mohammed, who's been in and out throughout the course of term number 1. Haven't seen much from the big fella and Jonathan Freeman. Mind you, in saying that, the service that has been provided hasn't been great. Josh Glancy also has been very good, and I like the cut of his jib. For the Burnie Dockers, well, Josh Murray had to do a little bit of work early down back. Eli French has been prominent all over the ground. Finn McInnes down back also. Jalen Bryan worked his way into the game. Kaiby Patterson has seen a little bit of ball down back. Logan Elphinston has been the premier big man on the ground. Emig French has also helped out throughout the course of the game so far. In fact, it might have been Emig as opposed to Eli that's been prominent all around the ground. Will Gunninan in the last part there got a big job today. He's playing across half-back. Dylan Smith, the goal scorer. Bailey Bogue, along with Wesley Redmond, has shown a little bit of promise up front. They're better players for the Burnie Dockers and the Circular Head Saints. As I mentioned previously, in the women's competition, Terry White Chemart Chemist women's competition, in the 2 games that have finished or completed for today, Latrobe hosting the Penguin 2 Blues. They were comfortable victors, the 2 Blues, the visitors, 8-11-59 by 48 points, 1-5-11 over the Latrobe Demons. Earlier here at Circular Head in the women's fixture, it was 6-2-38. The Burnie Dockers 26-point victors against the Circular Head Saints, 1-6-12. And at 3-quarter time, we have 10-2, the Wynyard Cats, 62 leading Devonport 1-5-11, and they are hosting the Devonport Magpies, the Wynyard Cats at Wynyard. So they're into the 4th quarter now. It's 63 plays 11, and they've got around about 15 minutes to go in that final term. We'll check in to see whether any of the other games in the senior men's competition have got underway. In fact, they have at Ulverston hosting the Swans. We can see at quarter time, 7-3-45, the Robins. They are leading East Devonport 1 behind. Actually 7-3, 7-3-45, the Robins, 1 behind East Devonport Swans. And at the fixture at Latrobe, it's Penguin that are down. So they have, but they've kicked straight, 2 goals 12 to 4-3-27, the Latrobe Demons. So Demons at the moment by 13 points at Latrobe. As I mentioned to you before, the game at Circular Head is 22 plays 12. 3-4 the Burnie Dockers. 2 behinds to the Circular Head Saints. And the Wynyard v Devonport clash doesn't get underway until 3 o'clock, so we'll try and catch up with that a little bit later. We're going to take a break from Circular Head, from Smithton, where you are watching the game in round number 7 of the NWFL Senior Men's Competition. Circular Head hosting Burnie. Welcome back to the round 7 match in the NWFL Senior Men's Competition between Circular Head Saints and the Burnie Dockers from the Smithton Recreation Ground, home of the Circular Head Saints. 22 plays 2. Looking to the left of screen in the second quarter will be the Burnie Dockers, and the right with that favourable win, around about a 3-goal breeze. Circular Head Saints, ball went nowhere from initial tap or ball up. So we'll do it all again. It's Mason Elphinston this time. Dill Smith, Bogue. And went out to French. That came through the services of Rattray. Inside forward 50. Logan Elphinston is a target down there now. Back to French. Back to Rattray. Back to French. Good tackle by Russell across the boundary line. And that's holding the football according to Mr. McCulloch. And so Gold Coast Suns, Luke Russell wasn't known for his tackling in his day. And that kick wasn't great. Wasn't known for his kicking and his speed and athleticism. Now a firefighter on the northwest. Boundary throw in. And Boxall throwing the ball in. I'm going to ask for it to be done again, I think. Hudson. No, not Hudson. And Boxall will throw the ball back in. That's a better throw in. Second time around. Elphinston beats down Riley. Not taken with the football was Bogue. Free kick wasn't given. French gives it back to Bogue. Elliott was in there. Thought might have got a free kick. Gets the ball back from Davies. Gives it back to Davies. Davies with that trusty left boot. Goes down the line. It's touched by Mason. Rolls across the boundary line. We're going to get a boundary throw in. So Boxall will get it and throw the ball back in again. That's the boundary umpire, Mr. Boxall. Effectively in front of the interchange for the Burnie Dockers. Ball comes in. Ball taken away. Lardner gets onto his right boot across the body. And it goes through for one behind. So one behind to the Circular Head Saints. They move to three behinds. Plays 22. So 19 points of difference. Good mark taken by Wyatt Kenny across half back. Feeds the ball by hand. They do it a second time. This one to French. Enig close to be playing in the Devils, I would have thought, next year. Out towards Redmond to Kenny. Follows up. Dribbles it through. Too easy. Way too easy. That's end to end. So Wyatt Kenny. On the end of some silver service there by Wes Redmond. And they extend the lead out now. 24 points, so it's 4 goals, 4-4, 28 plays, 4 behinds. Must have been a rush before that I didn't put through. Kick by Lardner. Ball down. Dill Smith dominating in the middle. That's a good lead. Good kick. Wyatt Kenny on the end of it. Smart player coming from Devonport. They can do a bit with the football. He's a dangerous man. And they feed him the football. Keith Billing over the far side, former president. So Smith and Saints. As match manager. Principal down this district. And just a real wise figure. Good mark in front, taken by Bailey Bogue, right on the goal line. That's inside the goal square, so Bailey Bogue will put his name on the scoreboard with a goal. It's certain. Into Nelson Street it goes. So Bailey Bogue with his first for the game, their second for the quarter, and they move to 5-4. 34. 30 points advanced of the Circular Head Saints, who are 4 behinds. And they've spread the goal kicking around. Singles to 5 different players for the Burnie Dockers. Riley versus Elphinston. Emick French, they need to lock down on him. And his kick hits Kenny, but apparently he's given away the free kick. So Perry gets the kick, goes wide. They give it to Russell. Came through Branston. Up to forward 50. Hayward. Tackle applied there by Kennis. Now it's with Elliott. Oh, Davies missed the football. Jenkins goes and gets it. Hands it back to Bogue. Bogue's quick, clean. He gives it to Dwyer. Dwyer's kick. Up to half forward. It's now in the hands of Logan Elphinston. And the big fella has been relieved of his duties in the ruck. His younger brother, Mason. They're going to be a potent duo throughout the year, there's no doubt about that. Looking much more mobile as young Mason, Elphinston. And big Logan has dobbed his first. And that's 3 into the wind in this second term. (6-4-40). Burnie Dockers. 3 behinds. In fact, I was right. 3 behinds, not 4 behinds. 3 behinds. To Circular Head Saints. So 37 points the margin. This is not the start that Davies House Soup Bones Blizzard wanted in this second term. They're going to have to do something quick, smart. It's going to have to start in the centre. They need to be more disciplined from a defensive point of view. As Bogue beats Davies, French, Lardner, and inside forward 50. Elphinston's the target. Agog gets there. Wrapped up in a tackle was the Circular Head Saint. That's Luke Russell. And receiving the free kick will be Dwyer, Jacob Dwyer. Not sure he would have the distance kicking into the wind here. So Logan Elphinston sending some players back. So young Mason and company. Bogue back towards the goal square. Dwyer seems to be somewhat confident. Where's a hit up? Here it comes. Chooses to ignore it. Doesn't have the distance. The opportunity for a fly and a mark. Who's that? Bogue. Bailey Bogue again. He's on the cutest of angles. I wonder what he'll do here. Whether he'll run around onto his left, do the check side, or the Bunana. Could be the goal of the day. Actually, our cameraman will be all over this. Be jumping up and down for joy if he does kick it. Goes with the check side. And he has! Pretty impressive. First multiple goal scorer of the day. Bailey Bogue has taken 2 terrific marks. Deep in the second term for the Burnie Dockers, and he is definitely putting his name up. He's had some wonderful games in the last 3 rounds in the NWFL senior men's competition after being omitted from the Devils. 2 goals to his name. He'd be up to anywhere close to at least a dozen, if not more, possessions so far, plus 4 or 5 tackles. So, tapped down by Elphinston. Bogue on the end of it. Steps 1. Handballs it in front of, to the advantage of Jenkins. Loses the football. Dwyer misses the tackle on Russell this time. Russell gets it back. Sheen provides the relief through the Shepherd. They lose the football. Emick French out to Dylan Smith. Onto that trusty left and finds Josh Murray. Murray. Not sure what he wants to do with it. Vice captain. Goes back to French. He goes backwards. They're going to transition. No, they're not. Comes to Ganninan. Over to Elphingston. They've got runners everywhere. Elphingston, Logan. Steps. Davies. They released by hand. Chain of handballs. Pennington. Inside forward 50. O'Halloran. Back to Pennington. I think he's kicked it. Jed Pennington. He has. So Zeke and Jed Pennington both involved in that. And Jed comes up with the goal. And this is becoming a bit of a walkover. And this is into the win, ladies and gentlemen. 8-4, plays 3 behinds. All advantage to the Dockers. Going on their merry way. This is very much a percentage booster as Jacob Dwyer makes his way over across to this side of the ground. So it's 52. Plays 3. We're out to 49 points the margin. After a spirited first quarter by the Saints. No resilience so far in the second. Mohammed gets it from Russell. Hands it out to Glancy. Glancy kick. Not to the advantage of Brown or his teammate. And Ganninan mops up. They get back with the football. They're going to transition here. No. Emick French. Elphingston. McInnes. McInnes' kick. O'Halloran. Liam. It's a good footy by the Burnie. Oh, good kick. Is that Kenny or Dwyer? Dwyer it is. Has he got a lead? He's got 2. He's got 3. And he finds Kenny this time. And Kenny takes the mark. 30 metres out. Directly in front. Oh, slight angle. Sharpshooter is wide, Kenny. Like a name out of a Wild Western movie. So sirens are going off. That area. Pretty silent, pretty quiet actually. Pretty sombre down there. There's quite a few. Kick. Hasn't quite made the distance across the face and it's knocked through for 1 behind. So that's a disappointing result for White Kenny. So it's a rush behind in the second quarter. So it's 50 points the margin and even 50 points. Ball back in. Ryan Cale takes the mark. Good pressure. There's a bit of bickering going on. Wesley Redmond with the assist. And Ryan Cale surely be able to put this through from the goal square. Certainly does. And it's his first for the game. There's 6 for the quarter. An 8th goal kicker. And there's a bit of bickering going on amongst the Saints players. 59 plays 3, 9-5 plays 3 behinds. They look like a classy outfit, these Burnie Docker boys. Logan Elphingston, Bogue, runs into trouble, loses the football. Smith comes through. Good tackle, follow up on Elliott along with Murray. He's moved into the midfield. Smith and Bogue over the top of Luke Russell. Bring him into the ground. Just shows the artwork on the torso. And midriff. He follows up with a tackle this time. There's Luke Russell on Bogue. A bit gingered as Luke Russell at the minute. Former teammates. Bogue and Smith and company. Taps it down. This time it comes to Sammy Hamill. As you don't know, that's what Aaron Hamill used to be called. That's why I said Sammy, not Jacob. Ball across half back for the Dockers. Half forward for the Saints. Over ball up. Lardner's the last one that gets pulled up from the congestion. 56 points to margin in favour of the Burnie Dockers. We're only halfway through the second term. Smith, he's got time, he's got space. He's got a decision to make. He's looking for O'Halloran. Bearing down on Hamill. Was Redmond. Good tackle, brought him to the ground. They release to the Saints. Comes to Russell. That's a booming kick inside forward 50. Getting back first was Ganninan on Brown. Good tackle. Great tackle. You must reward that umpire. No, he doesn't. Across the boundary line. Well done, young man. That's making a physical presence noted out there on the football field. And he beats Elphingston in the ruck. Takes it from the ruck. Has a shot on goal as Brown and misses just to the near side. Second behind for the game for Mason. Good fist in there by Dwyer. Gets it from Devonport. Feeds it to Murray. Kick to the advantage of Wyatt Kenny. Throws it out in front of himself, then kicks it off the ground in front of Bray Gardner. Redmond was there, but wasn't able to pick it up. There's Davies mopping up. Out to Hamill. Hamill goes wide to Tuxworth by hand. That's going to be out of bounds on the full. Good mark anyway, taken by Josh Murray. So it didn't matter. So the Dockers bring it back in, the vice-captain. He was looking for McGuinness, I think it might have been. Came to Smith. Smith's kick wasn't taken by his teammates. Bogue follows up with a tackle on Riley. Gets his possession away though. First there was French, and he's going to receive the free kick. That's Eli. Goes short. Who is it? Kenny. Jeez, he's causing some headaches down there as Wyatt Kenny. Goal wide up. And that's a good kick, good lead. Lands in the hands of the trusty Bailey Bogue. 3 or 4 time Devil Bulldog medalist. Check my records. The boy's getting the football out of the hedge over there. Josh might pan for that. Oh, it's Bogue's kick. Doesn't quite hit Redmond. Didn't fully commit. Could have taken the mark. Davies, inside out, finds his target. Ollington, Macklin. Goes wide by hand. Shares it there with Gardner. Gardner to Elliott. Under pressure, gives it back to Gardner. Bray Gardner now. Kicks the ball long. Who's it to, though? Only to Green. And that Green being the Dockers. Smith gets back. Finds French. Eli. Just a good footballer. And his brother. Out wide to Kenny. He's causing some real headaches. Further afield. Ball now in the hands. Jenkins. Bogue. Oh, taps it past. What class. Then shares it. Who was following up. Number 34, we'll have to check out who that was. That was Louis Rattray. He was involved 3 times in that passage of play. That was great work by the young man. Great attack, great run. Elliott takes it down from Devonport from the ruck. Ball to ground. Clancy, Sheehan. Sheehan's handball over the top to Elliott. Good tackle applied by McGuinness. But is he giving away the free kick? He has on Hayward. So Hayward received the free kick. So Kai Hayward's kicks up and under. Goes about 55 metres. Ooh, Mason Brown hits the pack. Comes down hard. They lose possession. Dwyer to Smith. Back to Dwyer. Smart. Shares it. Out to Rattray. Over to Pennington. Goes wide. Jenkins. Redmond. Across his body. Running back with the flight of the football was Devonport. He's unable to take the mark. Beats Riley to it though. Then he finds Emic French, who goes short and hits up a leading Bailey Bogue. He's going to be shooting for his third goal. 2 goals, 1 to his name so far. And we have now only hit the 20-minute mark of the second term. The score is 9-5-59, 55 points in arrears of the Circular Saints. 4 behinds. Need to check on Mason Brown. He came down pretty hard. He's in the centre of the ground. I think he's all right. Bogue splits the middle. That's his third. All in the second term. 3 goals, 1. 65 plays 4. 10-5, 65. Burnie Dockers, 4 behinds. Circular Saints. And this is a whitewash here from the Smithton Recreation Ground. And they're just doing as they please. The Burnie Dockers. Ball back into the middle. Seven-goal quarter in favour of the Dockers. They're kicking into the breeze. Ball goes to ground. No one's able to take it. And we're going to get another ball up. This time centre forward for Burnie. Haven't seen Harrison this quarter. Freeman's off on the bench as well. Might be injured, Big Jono Freeman. Jeez, they just really need him. I would have been throwing him at centre half back. Maybe Harrison across half back for a bit of run. Ball comes inside forward 50. Lardner's there. He's wrapped up in a tackle by Will Ginninan. Wearing the armbands too. Burnie Dockers, along with the Circular Saints. Jeez, is that a handball? Not really sure by McGuinness. Comes out to Ginninan though. Over to Dwyer. Works his way out of a congested situation to O'Halloran. Misses McGuinness. Taken by Elliott from a standing start. Kicks inside forward 50. Who's back there? French. Emig. Been chased. They don't catch him. Hands it back to Ginninan. Deliberate with his decision making. Effective with his kick. Finds Dwyer. Brian, son of a gun. Look at him. Built like a Greek Adonis. Just like his father. Logan Elphingston feeds it out to McGuinness. They bring it back in towards the centre. Up towards Bogue. Uses his body. Goal square backends. It's all grass. This is his 4th. All in the second term. Too easy. Too easy for the Burnie Dockers. $71. Plays 4. Four goals in the second term to Bailey Bogue. Eight goals for the term. 8 different goal kickers for the team. Young Elphiston gets up. Brings it down to McInnes. They can afford the opportunity to throw other players into the mix now. Hamill was first there, but he loses the football. Burnie inside forward 50, looking for O'Halloran. They try to get it away. The circular head, now in the hands of Elliott. Shares it with Russell. Brought down in a tackle, it affects the kick. Mark's taken by Emig French across half-back. Oh, that's a poor kick. Got time and space because there's no one there. Rattray. Across to O'Halloran. O'Halloran into Wilganinen. Time, space. Poor kick. Mason Brown. Feeds it back, pushes off an opponent, gives it to Davies. Davies tries to give it to Mohammed. Tuxworth, back to Davies, back to Elliott. They're mucking around with the football. Trying to find the teammate there in Branson, who goes around the body, then to O'Halloran. O'Halloran, the last line of defence, finds Dwyer. Short, McInnes. They look much fitter, more skilled, more well-drilled, the Dockers. O'Halloran. That's a poor kick. He's looking for Rattray. And lands in the hands of a circular head Saint. Mr. Lucas Lardner. Shooting for goal. Their first opportunity this quarter. I want to see the cam bar go up if he's able to knock this one down. Lucas Lardner. Draws it left, stays left. And that's a disappointing end. 2 behinds to him in the second quarter. Ball in the hands of Mick French. From the kick out. It's like they're moving chess pieces. Patterson. Back to Wilganinen. Over to O'Halloran. Jacques O'Halloran comes back to Patterson. Bogue. Matty squeezes back from full forward to half back. Louis Rattray. Good mark. Good kick by Bogue. Just to space. Short. Murray. Good pick up on the half volley. Kick. Good lead. Eli French, ball in hand. Not sure what to do. Elphingston, good kick. In front of a Gog. Gives it to Murray onto his left boot. Goes short to a leading. Ryan Cahill says, "We'll take our time here, boys. Let's just settle down." Still got time on our side. It's 27 minutes. No, we've kicked 8 goals this quarter. We should be right. We'll do another one. Kick though, it doesn't hit a teammate. Looks like Mr. Pennington's on the bottom of the pack. A Gog. Eli helps him up along with Harrison. We'll get a ball up. There he is, Mr. Phil McCulloch. Ball up. Logan Elverson taps it down. Bogue. Incongestion to Brian. Ooh, and French. Eli hits the woodwork. She comes round. That's his first score for the day. A behind. They bring it wide. Russell. Out to Branston. Lardner. Joined there by McInnes. Mick French having a chat there with Andy Lee. Coaching Iraq, be pretty happy with how things are tracking at the minute. Stewie Rattray not doing much. Looking resplendent though in the pink. Got a few calf issues, there's no doubt. That's why he's wearing the socks, compression socks, as Russell does the work there. Branston. Elliott. Lardner. Across the body. Look at the wet area go up. Lardner on the half-time siren. Gets reward for effort. They made it hard, but that's their first. And at half-time, on the siren, they kick the goal. 1-5. 11. The circular head Saints. Burnie Dockers 11-6-72. And that quarter, circular head kicked 1 goal 3. My apologies. Burnie kicked 8 goals 2 for the quarter. Goal kickers for circular head, Lucas Lardner has the 1. And for the Burnie Dockers, we have a plethora of goal kickers. 4 to Bailey Bogue, all in the second term. And singles too. Wyatt Kenny, Logan Elphingston, Wes Devonport, Dylan Smith, Ryan Cale, Jed Pennington and Wes Redmond. They've just been dominant all over the ground. Better players for the Burnie Dockers. Well, Josh Murray's been up there, along with Wyatt Kenny being in the forward half in the second quarter. Lilo French in both quarters has been great. Finn McInnes has provided a lot of run across half-back and then into the middle. Jalen Bryan has been in and out. Serviceable in the second quarter was Jacob Dwyer, Mackay Patterson across half-back. Logan Elphingston up front, around the ground as well as in the middle. Emig French around the ground and in the middle, across half-back towards the back end of the quarter. Tyson Jenkins has occasionally been in the forward half, showing his resilience, especially from a tackling perspective. Will Gannon down back has been great. Wes Devonport has just provided opportunities for the boys up front by competing. Dylan Smith in quarters 1 and 2 around the ground. Goal kicker in the second term was Ryan Cale. Well, Bailey Bogue has just been outstanding. 4 goals, 1 to his name. Surely he's got 20-odd possessions. He's definitely got 4 or 5 tackles, along with servicing a number of players throughout the game so far. The Pennington boys have been great. They worked together in that second term. Both the O'Halloran boys up front and down back. Louis Rattray also showing some great signs across half-back. Wesley Redmond in and out has been serviceable up front, along with Mason Elphingston in the ruck. For the Circular Head Saints, well, better players really for the course of the term, the first term, as in half. Liam Davies has been consistent. Mason Brown has provided effort. Lucas Lardner also. Then I would go down to Luke Russell. But everyone else has pretty much been defeated. And they had a great first and very serviceable first quarter through people such as Mohammed Agog, Glancy, along with Tuxworth and Harrison, but they haven't been seen in that second term, and it's been all the Burnie Dockers one-way traffic. So at half-time, it's 11-6-72, the Burnie Dockers from Circular Head, leading the Saints currently 1-5-11. In the women's competition, let's have a quick look and check out on the scores. It looks like that's the final score from Wynyard. It is indeed, and it is the Cats. 13-3. 13-3, 81, defeating the Magpies. 1-6-12. 1-6-12. So that's in the women's game at Wynyard. So congratulations to the Wynyard women. 13-3, 81. Very convincing victors, and they will stay on top of the table undefeated to 1-6-12. The Devonport Magpies. So that margin there being very convincing to the Wynyard Cats. From the games around the grounds in the men's, currently in the senior men's around the grounds, we see Ulverston. Wow, they are dominating the East Devonport. So East Devonport have 2 behinds and 15-12, 102. So it's a 100-point margin at half-time. So that doesn't beckon well for the East Devonport Swans at Latrobe. But still Latrobe, who lead at half-time 6-6, 42 to Penguin 5-6, 36. So they've got the close one at half-time. And as the game got underway, it has, and it's 1-1 apiece at Wynyard, between Wynyard and Devonport, and they are 15 minutes in currently at quarter time. Again, from Circular Head at the moment, it is the Burnie Dockers 11-6-72, leading Circular Head 1-5-11. We're going to take a break from Smithton, and we will be back for the second half in about 10 minutes' time.
of antisocial behaviour strictly prohibited. This means treating all our volunteers, players, umpires and officials with the utmost respect. These individuals dedicate their time and effort to ensure that the NWFL runs smoothly and everyone can enjoy it. You refrain from engaging in any disrespectful behaviour towards our volunteers, players, umpires and officials. So, thank you for your attention and for being a valued member of the NWFL community. Enjoy the footy.
Please make sure you grab one of these and all the things today. Make sure you are in it. It is the cheapest money you will buy.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Circular Head Recreation Ground, where we see Circular Head in round 7 of the NWFL Senior Men's Competition, hosting the Burnie Dockers. It's the 7th place Saints versus the 3rd place Dockers, and it's been all the Dockers, in particular in the second quarter, kicking 8 goals to 1. And at half time, it's 11-6-72. The Burnie Dockers, the visitors, leading the Circular Head Saints 1-5-11. They still call themselves Smithton on the scoreboard. And Elphinstone beats Riley this time to the tap. Getting down there was Davies. He feeds it back to Hamill. Kick across the body and has been marked by Burnie. It is Josh Murray. Brings the ball inboard. Jalen Bryan, son of a gun, hands it off. Pennington, inboard to French, French to French, Eli to Emig, Smith, standing start to Bomford, up against the Gog and Hamill. A Gog over the top of the football, he needs to be careful here, he's in trouble. No, says the umpire, we're going to get a ball up. Smack bang in the middle of the 50 for the Burnie Dockers. Getting back was Perry. Overrun the football. They hold up Bailey Bogue for the Saints, and we'll get a ball up 10 metres closer to Burnie Dockers' goal. Elphinstone gets a tap down and run away with it to the Saints. Kick by Gardner. Chopped off. Good mark. Taken by Louis Rattray. His kick goes a poor one. It's in the hands of Lukey Russell, possibly the best player for Circular Head Saints. Up against Davies, who he hands the football to. And he goes to Hamill. Former Wynyard player, Jacob Hamill. And asked to move the footy on. Goes backwards by hand. Gardner, Davies, trying to transition it here. Muhammad. Touch left provides. Chooses not to go with him. Goes further afield. Good fist in there by Bryan. Branston was the target. Good tackle being applied. That's by Pennington. Jed. We'll get a ball up for McCulloch inside the boundary. Just outside the forward 50 for the Burnie Dockers. They're kicking to the right of screen. Over the top of Riley, being dominant. Get the kick away. The mark though was taken by McInnes. The kick came via Lardner. So McInnes goes inboard. Emig French. Players everywhere. Good kick. Not quite there. Half volley to Bomford. A Gog. Knocks it out. Running onto it was Smith, overruns it. Davies picks it up, handballs it. Riley taps it forward in front of him, and again out to Perry. Perry in front of Hamill, end over end. Doesn't get it. Bryan picks it up. Kicks it wide. O'Halloran is taken after he had possession, and he's going to get the shot on goal, I think. So he's inside the forward 50. This is well within his range. This is Liam O'Halloran. So Liam's going to be shooting from around about 40, 45 metres. A reasonable angle, I'd say. More acute than 45. That's not a bad looking kick. That's a good start this third term with the wind. They move to 12-6-78. The Burnie Dockers, the 4-minute mark of the third term, 1-5-11. Circular Head Saints. Goal there to Liam O'Halloran. That's his first of the game. 9 different goal kickers for the Burnie Dockers. 1 to the Circular Head Saints. Ball comes down from the ball up. Ooh, French got taken high there by Riley. Play on, says the umpire. Still down. Decides to get up now. Have the football. It's a Smithton player. Fighting hard. Hammond. Out to Tuxworth. Tuxworth's kick. Further afield. Taken by Ganinin across the boundary line. And we'll have a boundary throw-in. Riley wins the tap this time. Better use of the body. Goes down to Bogue. Bogue's handball. Finds his target in McInnes. Comes back to Bogue. Bogue's got grass. Shares it with his teammate. Back to McInnes. McInnes kicks forward. Finds to Bomford. Good shepherd there. Applied by Bailey Bogue. Comes back to McInnes. Just giving him the high five. And Wes de Bomford now will be having the opportunity to have a look at the goal face for the Burnie Dockers. So that breeze literally right behind him. He'll be kicking from right on the 50. Just inside, maybe. Doesn't want to get too close to the man on the mark. Already has one to his name, just a Bomford. That was in the first term. And that goes across the face and through for one behind. Kick in. Benny Harrison. Not like the Benny Harrison of old. Formerly Colton, Richmond and Bulldogs player from Devonport. Cheerio if you're out there, Benny. Now under real estate. Gone wide. Brought it back across the face. In a bit of trouble here. Russell's going to be pinned by Smith. No, says the umpire, the ball was held to him. Out to Hamill. Sheen. Malakai's kick. Advantage of his teammate. Good mark. Carter Branston. Goes long, looking for, almost finding. Good contest, I would have thought. That's not a, I wouldn't have thought that was a mark to Elphinston. I thought Brown possibly had first purchase on it. Mark was given, though, to him. Patterson, Kenny. Smart footballer, this man. Good look at that kick. Mason Elphinston. He's got French. Chooses not to use him. So, Big Cat, as they call him, comes out towards Emig. Eli's ran on. Oh! Mohamed's fallen over. Doesn't have the same agility as Emig French. Redmond. Bogue. Out to Eli French. French runs onto it. Met by Elliott. Gets the ball back. Does Elliott? Gives it to a Gog. It's going to be run down. Gets his boot to ball. Finds Glancy. Goes short. And Emig gets his fist in the way. Ball goes across the boundary line. In front of Solomon Tuxworth. And we'll get the boundary throw in. Bogue held but not in possession. Lardner wearing him like a glove. Kicks the ball to Smith. Smith. No one's gone to him. So he plays on. Does a 360. Decides to go across the ground. Fortunately, he misses his target. That's Dwyer. Dwyer applies some good pressure to Perry. Almost turned the footy over. Good smother. Follow up by Dwyer. That was on Walker. Braden. The ball goes out of bounds. So we're going to have a boundary throw in. Riley. Didn't quite get good purchase, Patterson there. Wrapped up in a tackle by Russell. French hands it to Murray. Target was to Bomford. Davies. Walker. Redmond applies some pressure. I'm going to get out of this. Smithen on circular head. This is the umpire. Boundary throwing will be the result. Elliott on the tap down. Sheen's the target. Ball knocked away from him. Smith back. Emick French. It's been influential. It's a big cat. That's Elphingston. To Murray. Comes back to Kenny. Kenny smart kick. Finds Smith. Leading Bogue. Too easy. Now the wind is going from left to right, but it'll be coming across Bailey's right shoulder, but he'll be kicking for his fifth. Has he got the distance in him? This is the question, because he'll be kicking from right on 50 metres, or just outside. It's a good looking kick. That's a good looking kick, but it's just to the near side. At the distance, all right. So 5 goals, 2. Bailey Bogue. All in. Russell. What's Rusty choose to do? Brings the ball back across, and that is a terrible decision. Holds up in the wind. He's looking for a gog. Did he not see Logan Elphingston standing next to him? And Elphingston now will have the opportunity to have a shot on goal. And possibly kick the 13th for the Burnie Dockers. Keeps it out to the right. So that's one behind Logan Elphingston. 1 goal, 1 to his name. 81 plays 11, 70 points the margin. Elphingston takes the kick in, goes short. Oh, that's a good lead. That's a good mark. That's courage. Ryan Cahill in front of Jacob Hamill. Splits the middle. So Ryan Cahill kicks his second, 1 in the second. And now his second goal is coming the third. 2 goals straight to his name. Again. Many an option for the Burnie Dockers up front. In their round 7 clash against the Circular Head Saints. Margin now goes out to 76 points, 13-9, 87 to 1-5, 11. Well, taking it down, Harrison. They're running it there. There's Brown. Bend at the knee, son, not at the hips. Nonetheless, they're able to hold the footy up inside their forward 50. Big Cat wins it down. Lardner across the body, out of bounds on the full. And French or Bogue will take the kick. Bogue, he plays on with the handball to French. They come back. grandstand side of the ground. Dwyer. Elphingston against the Gog. Good contest. Smart by Smith. Wrapped up in a tackle by Walker, and he will be rewarded according to umpire Phil McCulloch. Plays on. Comes inboard. Goes short. Hayward. Or Hammond, sorry. Glancy doesn't have the football. Surely free kick given away there by Bogue. That's okay, because it slows up things for the Dockers in order for them to be able to get numbers back. They bring the ball wide to Harrison. He takes off. Goes short to a leading player. I reckon that's Lardner. It is. Been one of the better players today. Colby Patterson. Standing the mark. So Lardner, we're right behind him here. Bit of a bend in those goalposts. It's going to go out to the right. Might be out in the full. No mark. Sheehan, across the body. Out of bounds on the full, so that's the second out of bounds on the full in the space of 2 minutes for the Circular Head Saints in his third term. Better though, by the Saints. Into the wind. Bit of left to right there for the kicker and Lardner. Should have taken that on board. 1-5-11 plays 3-9-87. 16-minute mark of the third term. To all the Burnie Dockers. Hands of Bogue. Should be half a dozen's possession at least for the quarter. It's kick in the centre of the ground, but Jenkins gives away the free kick to Harrison. Goes short, finds Clancy, plays on. Under pressure from Pennington. Brought down, good pressure, and away goes Burnie. Picked up there by Murray, plays on. The kick out towards Rattray. Pressure from Harrison. Good pick up by Jenkins across the body. Good no, play on, says the umpire, by Smith. Front of Mohammed. Rolls across the boundary line and we'll have a boundary throw in. Dog thought it might have been out on the full. Only the 2 goals this quarter. Much shorter than last. Unless Burnie or Circular can do something about it. Elphingston gives it off to Bryan. Bryan across the body and across the goal face. Hooked it too far. Goes through for one behind. It's his first score of the game for Jalen Bryan. More and more like his father. Perry has a bounce out of full back. Kick. And helicopter-like. Good tackle by a Dog. Umpire says, is it a free kick? No, ball up. It was in Pennington. Chalky Gray, Scott Sandland over there. Part of the coaching crew, along with Andy Lee. For the Burnie Dockers. Run out of room in front of Elliott and Murray, and we'll have another boundary throw-in. Something going on further down the field. Play on. This is the umpire. Bogue, not taken, went in possession, according to the umpire. Russell part of that tackle. And it was deemed to be illegal, according to the umpire. So the free kick would be going to Ginninan. Ginninan towards Elphingston. Smith across the body. On his non-dominant. Par for the course for Dylan Smith. That's his second. That's their third of the third term. He's had 2 goals, 1 to his name, the captain. He's a classy player as Dylan Smith. They extend that lead. 14-10 at the 20-minute mark. 94. To the circular head, 1-5-11. 83 points the margin at the 20-minute mark of the third term. Big Cat. Mason Elphingston gets his hands on the footy down. The free kick's been given away. It's going to Malachi Sheehan. Given away by Murray. Sheehan runs a long way and then goes sideways to Luke Russell. He goes short to Sammy Hamill. So Jacob, Elliott, three of the more senior components of his circular head Saints lineup. That's further afield. Mark not taken, worked by Branston. And lose possession. Sheehan applies some pressure. As Jenkins goes across the boundary line. Says come off the leg, says Jamar Jackson. Not playing at the moment for the Saints. Pink though, works for you, Jamar. Hamill over the top. Some people would say wearing pink's a fashion part. No part, but seems to work for Jamar. Elphingston knocks the ball down. Bogue. Thumped forward by Murray. Devonport. Just clean. Misses Jenkins on the run through. Gets it back. Just Jenkins kicks the ball up and under. No one able to take the mark. Kale. Just handballs to Noyes. O'Halloran gets the ball back. Goes on to his preferred left. Kicks the ball across his body, but it's out of bounds on the full. Ryan Cahill, 2 goals straight, and out of bounds on the full. So Perry's kick. That's even worse. Gone over the side of the grandstand. Well, 23-minute mark, 1-5-11. The Saints play Burnie, 14-10, 94. It's one-way traffic here at Smithton. Ball now in the hands of Gil Smith. He's going to be having a shot on goal. He'll go around the corner here. There's no doubt about that. Luke Russell's awake to it. Boys in the can bar just want to see an exponent. And he's a very good exponent around the body. But it's just to the near side. And too much on it. Too much purchase. And that's his second. So it's 2 goals, 2 to Dill Smith. Ball out. Now cross half back. Hammond. Elliott. Harrison. Kicks inside. Oh, Glancy dropped the mark he should have taken. Bounces off his chest. Look at Burnie go. Chain of handballs. This is classic football. Patterson. Rattray. Bryan. Murray. But the kick, though, doesn't hit the target. The intended target being Jenkins. Should have put a name on it. Josh. Didn't do that. Binger will be all over that a bit later on. Andy Lee. Because the kick was a good one. The intention was great. Just needed a bit of voice. Elphinston in front of Riley. Dominated. 2 grabs into Bogue. Passes on to Murray. Smith unable to take the mark. Ball to ground. Good contest. Dwyer there first. Ball lays on top of it. No, says the umpire. Good tackle by Perry. Level ball up to Bomford. Agog. The Bomford wins it down. Basketball background. Davies. Took the tap from Cahill. McInnes. Hammond. Kick affected by the Patterson. Tackle. Under it was French. Lost it. Then Dwyer. And that's holding the football. A free kick, and there's 50 metres. Phil Smith came into the area. And unable to do that in today's day and age. So the free kick. And he's further down the field. Umpire says, no, you've got to take it back. Now it's in the hands of Lardner. And Sheen now goes wider to Hammond. So you've increased the angle, made it more difficulty of the angle. I'm not sure you've made much ground with regards to the distance. Anyway, it's in the hands of Kai Hammond. Hayward, sorry, not Hammond, Hayward. So I've said Hammond the last bit, my apologies. And Hayward kicks. Across the face, and it's one behind. So Kai Hayward. Ball, centre wing position, Burnie. Jenkins to Bryant. And almost to White Kenny at half forward. And at 3/4 time from the Smithton Recreation Ground, the scores are as follows. 1 goal, 6, 12. Circular Head Saints, 14-11, 95. The Burnie Dockers. In that quarter, Circular Head 1 behind. Burnie Dockers, 3 goals. 5 for the quarter. Goal scorers. Circular Head. It's only been the one, that was Lucas Lardner in the second quarter. But for the Burnie Dockers, 4 to Bailey Bogle in that second quarter, had an opportunity in the third. 2 to Ryan Cahill and Dylan Smith. And singles to Wyatt Kenny, Logan Elphinston, Wes de Bomford, Jed Pennington, Liam O'Halloran and Wesley Redmond. Again, it's been all the Dockers in that third term. Slight resistance on occasion by the Circular Head Saints, but not enough. They need to do more work with regards to keeping control of the football to the Saints, as well as their defensive mechanisms, having themselves set up in case they turn the football over, which is becoming all too frequent for the Saints. For Burnie, they just stroll on. That quarter, Kinnunen again. It's great. Smith, Bogue. The Elphinston boys in the ruck and around the ground. Jalen Bryan popped up. Finn McInnes. The 2 French boys, Emig and Eli, along with Josh Murray, who were very prominent throughout. I'm going to take a quick break here from Circular Head Recreation Ground, where we currently see the visitors, Burnie Dockers, 14-11-95 at 3/4 time. Smithton Saints, 1-6-12. We'll be back for the fourth quarter very shortly. Welcome back to the fourth and final quarter of the round 7 fixture in the NWFL senior men's competition from Circular Head, between Circular Head Saints and the Burnie Dockers. We're about to get into the final term in the AFL currently, and with about 2 minutes to go. It's one goal the difference, 15-9-99. The North Melbourne Kangaroos, they're down a goal to Gold Coast at Marvel, 16-9-105. Around the grounds, other games in round 7 in the NWFL. Currently it's Ulverston, 21-16-142. He's trying to get away again. Too easy from Smith. Inside forward 50 to Bomford, unable to take the mark. Ball comes to ground. They try to release through Perry. Now by hand from Harrison. Goes wider still. Across that centre wing position though was Emig French. He's got Murray inboard. Chooses not to go there. Goes down that grandstand wing. Elphinston up against Davies. Davies brings the ball to ground. Sheehan's got it now. Has a bounce. Uses Davies. He then by hand. Out to Gardner. And he goes back to Sheehan. Sheehan by hand. Glancy by foot. Inside forward 50. Much better by the Saints. Mark Brown, no. Follows back up. Kicks across his body. That's a good looking goal. Mason Brown. He's provided a bit of spark as Mason Brown finally gets some reward as a target up front. He kicks their second. Great endeavour by the young man. In fact, as a target, I'd be encouraging the NWFL representative side to be looking at him as a possibility in the upcoming triangular series between the north, the northwest and the south. As I mentioned at Ulverston, 21-16-142, 139 the East Devonport Swans, so well on top of the Ulverston Robins as Logan Elphinston gets the ball down. They're going to release. They lose the football through McInnes. Inside forward 50. Brown again brings the ball to ground. Patterson wrapped up in a tackle, loses possession. Ball comes to ground. Is that not holding the football, umpire? No, they say. And it is Pennington that's wrapped up in a tackle. I'm going to get a ball up. So the ball up. Down it comes Murray. Wide with the kick. Pennington to Murray. To Rattray. To Pennington. Murray. McInnes. Kick though. Hands in the hands. So intercepted by Hamill. Brings it inboard quickly. It's better movement. Tuxworth. Sheehan. Back to Tuxworth. They're providing a little bit of run. Elliott drops the mark. Put it there. He follows back up. Oh, geez. Turns in a phone booth and then hits a leading teammate in Riley Arnold. Game at Latrobe. 3/4 time. It's the Demons, 11-10-76, leading Penguin 2 Blues 6-7-43, so 33 points the margin there. 2 Blues got all the work to do in that final term. They haven't been in front all day. And the Cats are down by 1 point at close to half time. Arnold's kick, not quite, and gets punched through for one behind. Ball brought out, opposite side of the ground. Kinnunen. Kenny. Transfer again to go the opposite side of the ground. Just smart. 3/4 time too. The cameraman and I, from the opposite side of the ground, heard the delivery or the address as they bring it back through O'Halloran. Murray out to Rattray. Rattray by Andy Lee, coach of the Burnie Dockers. He was not happy at 3/4 time. McInnes transfers. It's a kick not to the advantage of his teammates. They're up to it. French, Eli to Emig, to Patterson, Riley, Smothers, French, Elphinston, back to Emig, and French across the body, top of the goal square, ball brought to ground, getting their boot on the football. It's Jalen Bryant. So Jalen Bryant, front and centre, gets his first for the day. It's the second of the fourth term, and the first for the Burnie Dockers. And so they keep that margin. So it's 2-7-19, plays 15-11, 105. On 5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Riley wins it down this time. Smith, though, first there. Quick hand-eye coordination, getting the boot to ball. Inside forward 50. Mohammed, got a bit of work to do. Finds his target in Lukey Russell out here on the wing. So 15-11, 101. Plays 2-7-19. Kai Haywood. He's got Mohammed short. Oh, that's a poor kick. It's going to go out of bounds. And Mr. Boxall, Grayson, says it was brought across the boundary line. It's a boundary throw-in. So boundary throw-in will be the result. Elphinston, tap down. Kai Haywood over the top of the football, follows back up. Still there, pressured by Bode. According to the umpire, that was high. So the advantage, no advantage. Ball comes back to Kai Haywood. Free kick given away by Bode. Oh, Kai's kick's a poor one. And Burnie going to run away with it through Dylan Smith. Into the middle, over the top of Big Cat, Mason Elphinston. A gog there. He looks to hit up Elliott. They feed it wide. Tuxworth, inside forward 50. Who's the leading mark? Is that Glancy? It certainly is. Just in front of the wet area. It was good early, Josh Clancy. Like the look of this young man. And some more support around him. Really do some damage moving forward. Let's see what he can do from the pocket. And we're kicking on his threshold, I would imagine. Not going to make the distance. O'Halloran, second grab at the cherry. Takes the mark, brings it back. Opposite side of the ground. Kicked by Eli French. Chopped off by Harrison. Oh, almost a great mark there by Pennington. Up on the shoulders. Comes to Sheehan. Feeds it back to Tuxworth on his left boot, across the body. To the near side, one behind. More endeavour shown by the Saints in this final term. Not many changes from a Magnet perspective. The ball's been brought in. Hamill there. Benny Harrison. Hamill. Kick smothered by Bryan. They've still got possession of the Saints. Comes to Davies. Kicks across his body. Hooks it way too far. And Liam Davies makes his first score of the game. And behind in this final term of the game. We are 8 minutes in. 21 plays, 101. 80 points the margin here at Circular Head. I would have thought after that second term that Burnie were going to go completely on with it. Hasn't quite been the case. Shift the footy wide. Good defensive effort there by Circular Head Saint coming in. Given away. And Josh Murray will be the recipient of the free kick. Across the face. Finds O'Halloran. Jack. No mark. Ball brought to ground by Devonport through his fist. Comes back out to Elliott. Agog. Kicks to the top of the goal square. Mason Brown and from the back. Over the top of O'Halloran. Let's see if Mason Brown can get due reward. Starter's on his way in. And kicks truly. And that's his second. 2 goals, 2 to the key forward. State under-18 representative. Goes to school at St Patrick's College in Launceston. Family, mother and father. Mother at Forest, dad at Hellier Beach. Both live and reside down this way. And Mason lives with his sister Georgia up in Launceston. Elphinston down to Bogue. To Emic French, inside forward 50, leading forward, unable to take the mark. It was Cahill, strong lead. Bogue on Hamill. Walker on Bogue. So strips him of the football, and a ball up will be the result. Free kick, going the way of Elphinston. Goes short. Finds Emic French. Called the play on. Kicks wide in the target. After Bomford, Hamill loses the football. Is that Pennington? Might have been. Free kick by Agog. It is. It's in the hands of Jed Pennington on the acutest of angles. It's going with the drop punt. And it's out of bounds on the full. So kept it to the near side. Did Jed? 1 goal and 1 out of bounds on the full today for Jed Pennington. So Davies brings the ball back in for the Saints. Up towards their interchange box. Clancy by hands to Haywood. Lardner misses it. Smith steps one way, steps the other. Great agility. Rolled down by Sheehan. Then goes back to Elphinston. Elphinston feeds it back to Ganninan. Under pressure from Haywood and company. His kick. Not taken by anyone. First there are the Saints. That's Branston. Feeds it. They get it to Davies. Out to Lardner. Wider still. Branston. Mohammed. Back to Branston. He's under pressure. Releases. Glancy under pressure. Drops the football. Ganninan gives it back to Pennington. Zeke, that is. Finally, they release by foot. Oh, Gog takes out his teammate. And Perry. Good tackle by Sheehan. And we will have a ball up. It's the bigger sized body of Devonport. Well done, young Malachi Sheehan. Sid Bones Blizzard, Jamar Jackson. Range Trust there. Kaylin House. Taken away by Saints. Over the top of Brown. Good effort there to rip it off Elphinston. Good follow up by Haywood. Kai Haywood as we come up to the close to the 15-minute mark of the final term here from Circular Head. Well done by Bogue. The French. They chain it out by hands. And a free kick has been given away by Louis Rattray. So they'll go to Perry. Austin. Austin's kick. Not marked. Good effort there by Brown. Coming through. Comes through with the shoulder. Applies the Shepherd on French. Larner's at the bottom of the pack and we'll have a ball up. Ball goes straight up and down. Sheen applies the tackle. Elliott. Branston rolling on top of the football. Can't get away. Get another ball up. Says umpire Phil McCulloch. Brown versus Elphinston. Bogue. French. Emig. Out to Eli. It's like they knew that each other were in their presence. Ball goes out of bounds on the floor right in front of Jamie and Fiona Bogue. Coming down. They've got a nice little blanket on them. Just keeping their midriff and company and lower down warm. And there's a free kick being given away there. There's a bit going on. Pennington's not happy. Missed what happened there. Oh, there's a gog. Redmond's come in. Along with O'Halloran. Pennington's given away the free kick. That's Jed. The free kick has come further down the ground. It's in the hands of Mason Brown. So let's see whether he can put through his third for the term, third for the game. That's light starter. And he's hit the woodwork. Halfway up. Two goals, 3 to his name. Burnie moved the football quickly. Trapped there by Elliott. Runs into open space. Has a shot on goal. Misses. To the near side. Hooked the football. He's unhappy with his work. Usually he'd nail that with Matty Elliott. He had some opportunities. 3 goals, 11 today. Riley, unable to take the mark. Elphinston knocks it down. Tackle applied by Elphinston and also by Dwyer. And Solomon Tuxworth. We'll have a ball up 17-minute mark for the final term. .29 plays 101. .72 points the margin. Ball's got to come back. Oh, not to French, but to Cahill. He chooses to go lateral. Get in it. Feeds Murray. No chase down by Davies. Sells Candy to Tuxworth. Comes in board, Jed Pennington. Thrown down in a tackle by a Gog. Receives the free kick. Inboard. Mark not paid. Play on, says the umpire. Player in front thought he had the football. Might have had a little bit of purchase on it. Elliott feeds it out wide. Gets to Perry. Perry goes further afield. Finds Glancy. Slows it down. That's a long kick. Out towards centre wing position. Got the ball, Burnie. Pennington. Bogue. Rattray. Murray. They don't stop using the football. Just need to hit targets. Be clean. Bryan tried to be too cute. Missed the target and Rattray was coming through. We'll have a ball up as he dives back on top of the football to save it from going anywhere into the Saints' hands. Haven't seen Luke Russell for a while. Might be on the interchange. Could be injured. No, there he is, back out there. In the middle of the ground. Kenny. Hits Elphinston. Lace out. Front of a Gog. And a big Logan going to have a shot on goal and add to his 1-goal-1, the tally that he has for the day. $72 points the margin. 3:11 plays, 15-11. Elphingston's kick. Gets the all clear. So Logan Elphingston with 1 in the second and 1 in the fourth. There's 2 goals, 1 to his name. He's been the dominant big man on the ground today. So 16-11, 107 plays, 3:11, 29. It's been all Burnie since quarter time. As we hit the 20-minute mark of the final turn. Four goals for the quarter, 2 to each side. Riley wins this one down in the centre. McInnes tries to feed it out. He runs back onto it. Kicks the ball inside forward 50. A Gog's there first. And he's taken the mark or paid the free kick. One or the other. Ball's in his hands. Goes wide. Unable to take the mark. That was Perry Jasper. Loose possession. It's now in the hands of Murray. That's a good looking kick. Where he wanted the player to be. That's Jenkins who brings the ball back inboard. To Bogue. Plays on. And misses to the near side. A couple of players looking at a cramp. Bailey Bogue being one of those. The other being Jacob Dwyer. As the ball goes out the far side of the ground, Bailey Bogue has 5 goals, 3 to his name. Now centre wing position for the Saints. And they've got a little bit of grass here. They use the footy well. Walker, inside forward 50. Kick wasn't to the advantage of Macklin Ollington and rolls out of bounds and will have a boundary throw in. Sandman over there as well, part of the constabulary organised by Andy Lee. Pennington gets his handball, comes out though to Hamill. Hamill back to Riley. Riley kicks across his body. Davies on top of. A Burnie player. That was Elphingston, so he gets the free kick. Gives it to French. Turns it over straight into the hands of Riley. Riley kick, inboard. No one able to take the mark. Bogue front and centre, gives it off to French. French to Murray. Back to French. Eli. Handball, finds a target and Patterson. Out to Big Cat, Mason Elphingston. Over to Emig. French. Oh, it's a good one. Almost a double-hander there by Jed Pennington over the back. Jacob Hamill, ball comes to ground. Sheen misses the target. Bogue's there, dives on top of it, and Sheen on top of him. Have another boundary ball up right in front of Bailey Bogue's parents. And the Burnie faithful that have made their way down here to Smithton today. Riley won the tap. Davies taken in the tackle by McInnes. And the umpire says he didn't have the football, and he gets the free kick. Andy Lee not too happy with the decision there by Phil McCulloch. I wonder if the boys or the club will stop back at the Rocky Cape Tavern on the way home. They'll be a pretty happy team at Burnie I would have thought 108 plays 29. Kick by Davies. He's to the near side. And it goes through for a second behind for the term. And for Liam Davies. Kick out. Bryan, the target. Gets it. Kicks inboard towards the centre. Ooh, Gale runs into his own teammate. A release to the Saints. Comes to Russell, kicks across his body inside forward 50. Competition on to win the ball. Smith is there. Followed up by Walker. They're going to get a ball up. Brown v. Big Cat. Mason v. Mason. To Elphingston v. Brown. Ball runs across the boundary line, level boundary throwing. Murray. O'Halloran loses it. Glancy gets his boot to ball. No mark. Is that a goal? Ollington. Macklin Ollington did get enough purchase on it, and he kicked the goal. Dad standing there. I'm pretty sure that's Dad. In the wet area. At least a relation. Well done to Macklin Ollington. And to the Circular Head Saints. So they moved to 4-12. 12 goals down. On the visitors, it was 16-12. So it's 108 v 36. 72 points behind. Riley wins the tap again. It's getting better as the game goes on. Bogue gets it, gives it to McGuinness. Kick though. Doesn't need a target. Riley's there. Sheehan. Endeavour. By the Saints. This is better. Why didn't we see this in the second term? Hayward. Lardner. In front of Pennington. Just to come back. So Lardner's going to be having the shot on goal. From outside 50. That's a good-looking roost. And Lucas Lardner's got his second for the game. One in the second and one in the fourth. 2 goals, 2 to his name. 66 points is the margin. 11 goals the difference. 16-12 plays 5-12. Much better by the Circular Head Saints. It's a pity we were unable to see Big Freeman today. Looks like he's soft tissue injury earlier in the game. Not sure whether it was a calf or a hamstring. I think it's a calf. Riley wins it again out of the middle. Bogue though, hands it over. To French, coughs it up. Endeavour by the Circular Head this last quarter. Davies to Hamill. Glancy. Perry loses possession. Emig French. Good tackle. Should be rewarded. Is Luke Russell. The former Docker. Former 2 Blue. Former Sun. We'll be having the last kick of the match. At the 29-minute mark as the siren has just sounded. And it goes through for one behind. And so the game ends with the Burnie Dockers kicking 2 goals, 1 in that final term, to be outscored by the Circular Head Saints, who scored 4 goals. 7 in that final term. Final scores being 5-13-43, the Circular Head Saints. Burnie 16-12, 108. 65 points the margin. So just over a 10, almost 11 goal win there for the Burnie Dockers against the Circular Head Saints. Our goal kickers for the Saints today, Mason Brown kicked 2, both of those in the final term. He had 2 goals, 3 to his name. Lucas Lardner had 2 goals, 2 to his name, and the single goal kicker was Macklin Ollington in that final 4th term. For the Burnie Dockers, we had 4 goals to Bailey Bogue, doubles to Logan Elphingston, Dylan Smith and Ryan Cahill, and singles to Wyatt Kenny, Jalen Bryan, Wes de Bomford, Jed Pennington, Liam O'Halloran and Wesley Redmond. So they had 10 different goal kickers today, the Burnie Dockers, over the course of the match. Better players for the Circular Head Saints today. Well, Liam Davies, again, showed heart, but unfortunately he requires more support. Malachi Sheen in that last quarter was actually very strong. Mason Brown, I'd suggest, being looked at from an NWFL representative perspective. Lucas Lardner provided some much needed activity up front. As we see one of the players today being chaired off the ground, that's Lukey Russell. Both sides providing him the guard of honour. There's a lot of friends on both sides of the equation. There's Luke Russell. Other strong players was Luke Russell throughout the course of today. Good 3 quarters, a gog for a half. Well beaten though at times throughout the course of the day, and same in the first and final quarters, Josh Glancy. Along with Kai Hayward for parts of today's game. For the Burnie men, well, Josh Murray was great for 3 and a bit quarters today. Wyatt Kenny played the role that's required of him. Up forward as a wily forward. Eli French, 4-quarter performance today. Finn McInnes, much the same. Both of those boys played across half-back and also in the midfield. Jalen Brown for 3 out of the 4 quarters. Brian threw 3 out of the 4 quarters today. Colby Patterson was very serviceable down back. The dominant big man throughout the course of the game, at least for the first 3 quarters, was Logan Elphinston. Emig French, possibly one of, if not the highest possession getter throughout the course of today's game. Wilkininen, very serviceable down back. Wes de Bomford, again, provided opportunities for the Burnie Dockers Crummers throughout the course of today's game. 4-quarter performance there by Dill Smith, the captain, kicking 2 goals, 2. Bailey Bogue was also a good 4-quarter performer, kicking 4 goals, 3. Must be in line for the opportunity as a recall for the Tasmanian Devils. The Pennington boys, again, played games where they were, at times, really strongly noticed throughout the for the Burnie Dockers against their counterparts. Louis Rattray, I like the cut of his jib, was very strong as well. Got a 65-point margin here from Circular Head in favour of the Burnie Dockers. We'll quickly get some round-the-ground scores. Whilst I'm doing that, a quick recap of the games that were played earlier today in the Terry White Chemists women's senior competition. At Latrobe, it was Penguin 2 Blues 8-11-59, 48-point victors over Latrobe Demons 1-5-11. From Wynyard, it was a very convincing win, 13-3-81, the Wynyard Cats over 1-6-12, the Devonport Magpies. And in the men's competition, Ulverston, it looks like they have got a comprehensive win, 28-22, 190 to East Devonport 2-3-15. So they've won by 175 points. At Latrobe, it looks like they've gone on with it, the Demons. So they're up at three-quarter time, and they have used that to compound that last quarter. 19-14, 128, winning by 79 points against a Penguin 2 Blues outfit, 7-7-49. As I mentioned, from Circular Head, it was Burnie Dockers 16-12, 108 versus Circular Head 5-13, 43, 65-point winners, and still going currently at three-quarter time. It is a close one, a pretty close one at Wynyard. It is the Cats taking it up to Devonport, have yet to lose a game, so they've been tested the last 2 weeks. It's 7-11-53, the Devonport Magpies currently just leading by 15 points. The Wynyard Cats 5-8-38, and we still have another 9 minutes to go in that third term, so that is still up for grabs. The game between North Melbourne and the Gold Coast, we'll get to that score very shortly, but it was 6 points in it with 2 minutes to go. Believe it or not, I think the Kangaroos have got there. They have by 6 points. North Melbourne 17-9, 111 defeated the Gold Coast Suns 16-9, 105. I'm pretty sure Damien Hartwick's going to be very unhappy about that, considering he doesn't like going to Marvel. In the first quarter at Geelong, it is the Swans that lead by 7 points. They are 2-2-14 to Geelong 1-1-7, and no score as yet at the MCG in the 433rd game for Scott Pendlebury. Well, to Josh on the camera here today, to Ash back in the studio, and to all those from the Circular Head Saints Football Club, a big thank you for your support of AFL Tas live stream from the Circular Head Recreation Ground. We hope you enjoyed it. We look forward to seeing you next week for round 8 in the NWFL AFL Tas live stream game. Xavier Williams saying goodbye from Smithton. We'll see you next week.